again, I just got off work this morning, and I know that some of you requested that I should make a video on a comprehensive packing list for OTS. I've been pushing it today. I said I gotta get it done because I know 2008 is supposed to be in school, and I want to put it out there for my fellow soldiers, wingmen, see how this is gonna help you. My goal is to help you to the best of my ability to help you succeed. Now, for those of you that are not prior service, I was prior Army, combat medic, and now I'm flight nursing, right? Fun times. So today, actually, we're just going over the comprehensive packing list, required items in OTS, right? So I don't know what you have bought or what you have already packed, but here I will go through word verbatim, and I will tell you what I took and what maybe I shouldn't have taken when I went down there, because mind you, this is COVID-19 season, and so things have changed compared to a regular OTS class. So here I printed out the packing list, and I just want us to review them one after the other. And there's some things I'm going to tell you, for COVID-19, you don't even have to bother yourself taking them. And there's some stuff that are not in here which I would suggest you take, okay? Let's start with just a brief summary. It says here that you should print and bring a physical copy of this section to bring with you on arrival day. They say recruiters can provide sponsorship for non-prior candidates to purchase uniform items prior to arrival at OTS. Recommended that this is very important. If you're non-prior, you should talk to your recruiter to take you to a military base so you can buy your uniforms. It's important because once again, when you go to OTS, it's a hassle to buy your uniforms, and it's also more expensive. It's also recommended here that arriving with name tapes and U.S. Air Force tape sewn on your OCPs. So get your name tapes, get your U.S. Air Force tapes, sew them directly in your OCPs. That way you don't have to deal with that in AFIS. Recommend packing a 72-hour bag in case your luggage is lost. So as you're flying, for those of you that are flying, it's always good to get a backpack that can contain enough supplies that will last you for 72 hours. One full set of OCPs, blouse, pants, boots, belt, shirt, and socks. Underwear, socks, and for women, of course, bra. Computer, toiletries, required documents. Say do not pack in checked luggage. If you have your orders, your transcripts, ID cards, of course, you don't want to pack that on your transit luggage, because in case you lost those things, then you are stuck. All items can be purchased, and if you are unable to purchase this item prior to arrival, of course, you can go with money, and they will make time for you to go to AFIS and buy your stuff. It says here that you should bring OCP uniforms. Items are now available for purchase, of course, at OTS. This applies to all following packing list slides. Recommend prior service bring their green duffel bags. I had my green duffel bag because I brought it over from the Army. Prior service, of course, you probably will not have a green duffel bag, so you can buy that before you go, or you buy it when you get there. Trainees are required to arrive with a laptop, and I did say on my other video that your laptop should be solid, trustworthy. Don't get a laptop that when you go down there it will break on you. You will be very frustrated if you don't have a laptop, and with the right programs too. especially Adobe Reader. You need that to download or edit or sign documentations, right? Now, they say either OCPs or ABUs are allowed at OTS. No mixing OCP and ABU uniform, of course, which is for prior service that have ABUs. And then now you buy the OCPs. There's just no way you're going to wear a pant of OCP with a shirt of the ABU. That's unacceptable. All right. So if you have all uniforms, it's still allowed until it's completely outdated. Okay. So operational camouflage pattern, which is your OCP. What is required? Belt, rigger, IOW 36-2903, OCP coat, which is a jacket, the shirt, name tapes, textile OCP, 1 inch wide, spice brown. United States Air Force OCP, 1 inch wide, spice brown as well. AFSC insignia badge, prior service only, right? If you're prior service, of course you can bring your insignia badge. Pants, OCPs, you should buy 2 of those. Now, quantity wise, when it comes to OCPs, please follow the packing order as indicated. It is important because, mind you, you're going to go away to the field training. And you're going to have a lot of leadership training courses. So you want to have one OCP that you will use on all those outdoor activities, and you want to have one good one that you can use. And sometimes you might graduate with it, because now the dress blues and all that they really don't use them for graduation, because you graduate in the woods. So you want to have the boots, the coyote brown or tan. You have 1 pair. That's recommended, 1 pair. But I had 2. One old one and a brand new one. I had the Nikes and the Rockies. The Rockies was my all-weather, and then the Nikes was my fancy little boots that I used to graduate. All right. Socks. It requires you to bring the coyote brown socks, 5 pairs of socks. T-shirts, crew neck, desert sand, coyote brown, tan $4.99, 6 inner shirts, because you're going to be changing that daily. All right. OCP fleece with name tape and Air Force tape, 1. Get 1 fleece. If you can buy it at your local base, I'm telling you, it's cheaper. All right. Watch, cap, black or coyote brown, 1. Black gloves. I got my gloves from Amazon. As long as it's all black and it's not cotton, right? Because with cotton you can get wet and you really cannot, and it's hot. So you want to get black gloves, all black, 1 pair. Blousing straps. I bought my blousing straps. Actually, I had them when I was in the army, so I had to bring them over. Buy your straps. You can buy a little pack which comes, I think, the 6 in a pack. You can buy with that, and it's better for you to use the straps, because when it is hot, it's easier for you to deblouse. All right, than when you stuck your pants into your boots. It's kind of difficult. The next thing, one jacket, actually, 1 coat. I think it cost me about $200 and something in Alabama, in Maxwell. But I had guys who told me they paid about $99 in their local base or online. All right, so you should look that up. You have Airman Battle Uniform, ABU. I'm not gonna go over that because, of course, the uniform is going out of date. Recommended that trainees in the 8 weeks program purchase 3 pairs of OCPs. 3 pairs, but I had 2, and that was enough. All right, you don't want to spend too much money that you don't have yet to be buying 3 pairs of OCPs that you're not the one. There's one that you're literally not going to be able to use, because most of the training you're going to be on PTs, and then you go on start wearing your OCPs. OTs will not replace uniforms damaged during training. So that's why they're asking you to get 3. But as I said again, most of us had 2 OCPs, and that was enough. It is highly recommended trainees bring their own personal all-purpose environmental clothing system, APEX. Improved rain suits. There is a limited quantity of only ABU APEX on hand for issue. Now, if you are already commissioned, all right, just bring enough money, because they know you are getting stipends and everything. I had my Army Gore-Tex. They thrown that out the window. I had also the poncho. They're like, nope, you cannot use that. So if you're prior service and you have the poncho, you have the Gore-Tex, please don't get it. Just get the regular rain suit that the Air Force recommends. Don't even take it to school, because that's baggage that you'll be carrying. The service dress blues. This, you are going to be inspected on. First, you'll be inspected on your OCPs, and then you'll be inspected on your dress blues. And they are picky when it comes to dress blues. All right? So you want to make sure that you follow this verbatim. Lightweight blue jacket, with or without embroidery. 1. The jacket, you get 1. Service coat with officer sleeve, braid sewn on, 1. Okay. Blue pants, wool or polyester, with a minimum of 1 set of wool pants, 1. Insignia, U.S. officer, 2. Belt, blue, with crown buckle, 1. Flight cap, 1. Name tape, Standard Air Force, individual blue plastic, 1. Name tape, Standard Air Force, individual metallic, 1. Necktie, blue, 1. Shirt, cotton, blue short sleeve, 2 of those, and 1 long sleeve. Okay. Dress shoes, 1 pair. Socks, it's cotton or nylon black, 3. To be honest, I had 2, and I used 1, because we only dressed up once during our 8 weeks training. Stockings for females only, black, 1. Undershirts, cotton with V-neck, 3. Alright. Ribbons and ribbon rack as required. You can get as many as you can. They say various. Okay. I am not even going to go over mess dress. Why? Because we didn't use it. The previous class did not use it. And I think 2006 did not use it that way, because I had a wingman that went through that class. No mess dress. So you can take it, you leave it in your car, or just don't take it at all. That's money you're going to spend. So I did not even buy it, and I was fine. They say mess dress is only required for the 8-week course. It's available for purchase or rent at off-base vendors. It will not be worn until the final week of the program. Mess dress is expensive and has to be tailored. If you are not sure, recommend not purchasing until you arrive OTS. So, as I said again, it says that you might use it at the last week, but with COVID-19, no mess dress at all, because the past 3 classes did not use mess dress. That will be wasting your money, all right? Which I'm sure you're trying to save up some money. What else? Your dress shoes. what I found in OTS was the regular black dress shoes. But other bases have the shiny black shoes, which I actually love the best. Because you don't have to worry about polishing or anything. You just wipe it down and you're good to go. But when I went down there, they didn't have that. So I had to buy the regular black shoe. And I used to polish them up. Now, the miscellaneous, what you're required to buy, of course, you want to buy your underwear, 6 pairs of underwear, 6 pairs of bra, eyeglass straps. That is imperative. They say it's miscellaneous, but it is imperative that you have glass strap, because when you're running around or you are walking in the field, you would want your glasses intact. You don't want them falling off in the middle of training. Personal hygiene toiletry items, shower shoes and sandals. You need to get good shower shoes because you don't want to get a fungal infection in those showers, because so many trainees have been through those dumps. Black backpack, as I said again, 1. Black flashlight, less than 5 inches long, as specified, less than 5 inches long, 1. Now, you want to buy, they say, towel. There's just no way you can use 1 towel for 8 weeks. They recommend 1, but no. You buy the white towels. I had 4 of those, right? And I just kept them in my luggage and I put 2 out. 1 in the bathroom and 1 in the dorm room. Washcloth, I had 2. Hand soap, 1. Laundry bags, I had 2. All right. Master lock, that is important. Combination lock only, no key. 1. You have to get it. You have to have a combination key, combination lock. Because if your security drawer is open, is found open at any point in time, unless you are in that room, you will be penalized. You will not like your life. All right. The MTIs will come in this screaming. They will trash everything because that is a breach of security. That's where your key documents are found, your orders, your ID card, your electronic equipment. So they consider that if you can leave that open, that means you can also forget your card in a computer and walk away. That's how hard this thing is. So you want to get that lock and always keep it locked. Hydration system. Okay. Had a camera bag that I bought off Amazon. It was cheaper. I don't know about other bases, but you can look into that, and it's required 1. Now, plastic bins with lids, that will be provided for you. When you go in there, you have to trash cans, but they will give you plastic bins for you to put your accoutrement. 1 under the sink and 1 at the desk. Okay. Wristwatch. You have to get. This is what I used. It's green, right? Black, all through, and I didn't have any problem with that. Shoes, of course, the shoe polish, soap dish with cover. I didn't use soap. What I had was my shower gel. It's acceptable. Okay. Your sage green fleece apex liner, 1. Sewing kit and scissors, 1. That is also important, right? Especially the scissors, because before you go for inspection, you are required to make sure that there are no strings whatsoever, both on your OCPs and your dress blues, or you will be called Captain String. I know nobody wants to be called Captain String, right? So you need the scissors and the sewing kit just in case something, you need to patch something up. Bug spray, important, because you're going to be in the field, in the woods, doing leadership training. Sunscreen, yeah. I thought that because I have a lot of melanin. I don't need sunscreen, but trust me, I had to buy sunscreen because it was super hot in Alabama, humid, and the sun was burning. You want to get your Sharpie, laundry soap. Get as much laundry soap as you can, because if you don't have enough of this stuff, you'll be doing laundry at least twice a week, right? Second pair of boots for field training. We said that before. Shoe sole insert. 1. Hangers. They provided us with hangers. We didn't have to buy hangers. 10 of those. Because it has to be dressed right. You can't have white and black hangers. Or plastic and aluminum or iron. No. You want to have one type to dress right. Hairpins. 1. Lint roller as required. Small desktop printer. 1. Small desktop printer. 1. Small desktop printer. 1. Please get your small printer. Alright. Multi-port charger. 1. Dorm rooms have minimal outlets per room, so you should get one of those. I think that's pretty much what it is, but one important thing I want to touch here is your laptop. I want to emphasize, because one of my wingman, his laptop actually went out on him, and it wasn't fun because he couldn't study. He was running around trying to patch with people until the laptop was weak, and he had to buy an emergency laptop at AFIS just to survive. So you want to get a laptop that works. If you're not sure of your laptop, please get a new one. They say that bring a laptop equivalent device with keyboard. OTS curriculum and assignments are digital. Tablets and Chromebooks not recommended. Did you hear that? Tablets and Chromebooks are not recommended because they can carry the much. Wi-Fi is available for official use. Of course, small printer for room. Access to printers is limited at OTS. Again, they keep repeating that because it is important. Finally, before I end this long video, I will want you to think about this, because many people have asked about finances. A lot of people. Finances at OTS. Recommend minimum savings of $2,000. This is what it is saying. Okay? $2,000 that you can access upon arrival to OTS. Trainees will purchase required packing list items on day 1, if not purchased prior to arrival. Direct commission non-line officer trainees will have to pay cash for their meals. Trust me, I spent up to $400 for my meals. OTS dining facility does not accept bills larger than $20. Well, they did for me, because there was a point I had a $100 bill and I just didn't have there was no way for me to go change it because they wouldn't give me permission to go. Recommend you have a plan to financially support yourself and your family during your training at OTS. In some instances, trainees' pay records may not be established before graduation. Staff will work with trainees experiencing financial hardship on case-by-case basis. All right? All right. Let's see here. What to expect? Oh, yeah. Frequently asked questions. Let's go over this. Frequently asked questions. OTS policies on restricted activities and items. Number 1, 0 alcohol, no ETOH, no pornographic materials, tobacco or pets allowed, no firearms at all. All right. Now they say 42D Security Forces Squadron is unable to store weapons or firearms for OTS trainees during the duration of training. It is the trainee's responsibility to find appropriate storage of weapons, firearms, and ammunition prior to arrival at Maxwell Air Force Base. So if you have your weapon, you gotta, I don't know what you're going to do. Unless you have family in Maxwell, then you can, in Montgomery, that you can just call and drop off your weapon. Not on the base. You will not be allowed to go in with a firearm. Firearms and ammunition may not be stored in any personal owned vehicle on Maxwell Air Force Base. POVs used. Trainees will not be able to access their vehicles after training begins unless approved by OTS staff. If you're driving your car, don't try to sneak out like one of my wingmen tried to go to his car without permission. He got into a lot of trouble. Vehicles must have current paperwork and meet state currency requirements during the duration of training, or they will not be authorized on Maxwell Air Force Base. Caffeinated beverages. These will acclimatize to the Alabama climate and are restricted from caffeinated beverages at times. Well, I had my monsters and I had to get rid of them. But if you are fortunate enough to have an instructor that loves coffee, then you might be allowed to own a coffee pot in your flight rooms. Then your flight can make their coffee in the morning or throughout the day while they're in school, in class. All right. Phone use. Cell phones, social media, and all other voice or video communication use is highly restricted during training. But with COVID-19, things are changing. They allowed us to use our phones, which was cool, but they were very strict with social media utilization. So if you're social media savvy, like some of us, then you have to detox yourself from that because it's not allowed. How many bags should I show up with? Good question. I had this question over and over again. Whatever you can carry into the dorm and recommend a 72-hour backpack, you can bring. But trust me, if you bring more than 2 bags, you are going to be carrying those 2 bags with your backpack to walk at least half a mile. While everybody else is rushing and they're screaming at you, you're struggling to carry these heavy bags, and it is frustrating. So please don't pack civilian stuff you don't need. You see that packing list? There's no civilian clothes but underwears and bras. Okay? What if I arrive the day before in processing? The University Inn in Maxwell, Alabama, lodging. Of course, this is a number you can call to reserve a room. If not, if you have a government travel card, you can lodge in a hotel out of base. The next morning you report. What address can my family use to send me mail? Good question. While you are there during training, what address would your family use, or how are they going to contact you in terms of sending you mail? I advise you to do. Get your instructor to give you the specific address that is assigned to your flight. Then you can send that to your family. What are the most common reasons trainees are removed from OTS? Let me read again. What are the most common reasons that trainees are removed from OTS? A. Most trainees fail to meet the Air Force Fitness Assessment Standards. PT. If you don't pass your PT in OTS, forget it. You might be recycled, but if you don't pass it, you might be kicked out. So you must stay fit. I know we are stuck in our houses, we can't go out there, but you got to try. At least you sit up and push-ups at home and run 2 or 3 times a week. That's what I did, and I aced it. Okay. OTS academics requirements, or the individual has a lack of adaptability to the Air Force standards. If you, for example, you can actually get into trouble by disrespecting your instructor, disrespecting the MTIs, and they can write you up. right? And you can go to the board and be chaptered out. You can sneak in alcohol into your room. That's a quick way out. You can fraternize while during training with another fellow OT. If you're caught, that's an easy way out. You can try to fraternize with the instructor MTI. Hey, that's it. The piss test you and you pop up positive for drugs, you're out. So those are there's a lot of things that can get you out of OTS. What can I do to ensure my success at OTS? Come to OTS physically fit and in training mindset. Don't come there with a rebellious spirit thinking that you're going to make it. It's not going to work. Be ready to receive honest, direct, and sometimes unpleasant feedback on your performance. Man, I tell you, sometimes it hurts. But at the long run, it all pays off. Prior enlisted members, should I relocate my family prior to my departure from my losing base, or should I wait until after I graduate from OTS? It is highly recommended it is highly recommended to prior enlisted to follow the AFI 36-2110 and move their dependents prior to attending OTS. Okay? Because when you finish, there might not be enough time for you to go home. After OTS, you might be posted to your next duty station directly. And that is a hassle for you to be going to your next duty station without seeing your family and you're trying to move. Will there be a graduation ceremony for, of course, completion of OTS? OTS does not hold public graduation events for the 5-week course. Officer Training School abbreviated. No graduation for that. But with COVID-19, everything is changing, of course, so they're adapting. And they're actually getting rid of the 5-week course unless you are a doctor. Okay? So if you're hoping to get into a 5-week class and you're a nurse, you're out of luck, buddy. And that is the long review of the packing list in OTS and some other tips. Now, let me get your questions if you have any. I'll be glad to answer. Inbox me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you succeed in OTS. I know you can do it. Don't nobody ever tell you you can't. You are born to do this. I did it. You can do it too. I'm looking forward to flight school so I can go become a flight nurse. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be documenting that and I will put that out to you guys. For those of you that are following my path of becoming a flight nurse, I'm going to try to put out stuff there as much as I can that is approved. And if you have questions, ask, because there's nothing as being prepared for the next venture ahead. Sojourners, peace out.